Hi guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Lipo our family. So karibuni sana. Today we are going to talk about burns stroke physical scars. And I have a visitor. Some of you know her, some of you don't know her, but I'll be glad to introduce her to you. She's been with me through this journey of life. We have done life with her, and yeah, she has some knowledge, intelligence. So I bring to you, drum roll, my twin sister.
Hi guys, I'm Faith and Jared, the twin sister to our celebrity.
Please,
I'm happy to be with you people here. So we're talking about physical scars. Yes.
okay, so we'll just start it. I don't know how this communication will go, but nitatupata mbele. So why will I talk about physical scars? Because I'm a victim of physical scars. You all can attest to that, here and here. Stop. Don't point this side.
It's here.
Well, watcha. So it all happened in 2007 at 8 p.m. We weren't cooking ugali, by the way.
We wanted to cook
ugali,
yeah.
And that water, because people were saying love is timeless, right?
Yeah.
My brothers were watching love is timeless, and walikata kupika ugali, so ikabidi things happened hapo katikati. It's a very long story.
Tukiwaambia you
will cry. And I got burnt and water poured on my body mercilessly.
She fell down.
I fell down
and started fighting with herself.
This hand pigad our stove. Then water poured on me, shoop.
Yeah.
So one part of my chest, like a half part of my chest, was burnt.
Yeah.
Then the hand. I really cried. It wasn't easy. So we went to Good Samaritan in Dandora, and they were like, you know, if you get burned, kuna zile vitu maji. So I was taken to Good Samaritan. Nilikuwa mwenda wazimu kwa sababu mimi nilikimbia kushinda kila mtu. Good Samaritan, because I knew nikipata doki nimepata uponyaji na kesho I'll go to school. I really loved school. But going to Good Samaritan, and the doctor was like, no, you will have to sleep with them. We'll check, or we'll start working on her tomorrow. My mother couldn't buy that idea, and we took a taxi to Kenyatta National Hospital. On reaching Kenyatta that day, ni kama dunia mzima ilikuwa imechomeka, because I was the last one there. People were burnt, and sometimes I looked at my burn and I say, like, it was just a small thing, but it was big comparing to them. Mine was kidogo.
Yeah, the whole burns unit, the docs were like, she's lucky.
Yes,
compared to other patients,
because others walikuwa wamechomeka kichwa, others macho, others
mgongo, tumbo, like huku kwa masiansi.
Yes.
You see, yeah. But for her, the doctors were saying
it's better off than
it was the least in the burns unit.
Yes, but it was a struggle, because after admission at Kenyatta National Hospital, I couldn't take it. Like, you see, you're beautiful, any part that you admire in your body going to a waste. I called that burn waste, because now it meant my hand will have another structure.
Plus the chest.
Yeah. So it took me, I was in denial for 3 days. I couldn't eat, I couldn't take my medicine, I couldn't exercise. Medicine nachukua naika chini ya mattress. Exercise saa 10 mimi ndio natoka. I go to the restrooms and I don't come back. Narudi after 1 hour. Kukula, I only ate food from home. So I had a meeting with myself and told myself, if I really want to go back to school, I have to cooperate. I have to be a good girl. So I was a good girl for quite some time. And this one, my sister, came to the hospital and started crying.
I'm telling you, I couldn't contain it. As in seeing your own blood.
Yes, I was in so much pain. So akakuja hospitalini akaanza kulia, akabidi afukuzwe.
And I went like after 2 weeks. It wasn't immediately.
She was still processing what I was going through. I'm telling you,
it wasn't.
So after having a meeting with myself for some good time, I decided to be a good girl, and I just picked it up from there. I stayed in the hospital for
a month,
almost 2 months.
A month and a half.
That is almost 2 months if you went to Harvard. Yes. So I stayed in the hospital for 2 months. Let me just say 2 months. Then I went back home. But before I could go back home, you see this hand here? See vizuri here. I wasn't doing exercise because hii mkono nilikuwa nimeweka hivi. After dressing it, niliweka hivi for quite some time. So the final day when we were doing our exercises, I was told like to unfold my hand. I couldn't. And the doctors were like, wewe tunaona tukikata mkono. I felt like the world is crumbling. I felt like this is the end of me because I went inside that hospital with 2 hands. How come how come nitoke na mkono moja? It wasn't possible for me. But my mom was so prayerful. She used to pray with one of my uncles. They really stood by me and they made sure sikukatwa mkono.
Have you told them how you got out?
Wait, sijafika huko. So my uncle was really supportive.
Simba supportive.
My uncle was really supportive, and yeah, my uncle with my mom because my dad was outside the country. So I said, mimi sikatwi mkono. And I was like, I will cooperate. I will do anything possible. But they said, you have to go to the theater. We do skin grafting. Yeah. Those who don't know, skin grafting is where you take some nyama from your body and place them where you are burnt. Yeah. So the only smooth part of my body was my thighs. So they cutted nyama from my thighs and bandicad them here and here, and
so you just saying they grafted.
They grafted the whole thing. Then after skin grafting, it took me like 2 weeks to get well, and I got out of the hospital. I came out of that hospital brown, fat, energetic, with fluent Swahili.
Huyu alienda Kenyatta kukula.
No, you know,
like mom nataka maini, nataka kuku.
No, let me tell them what happens at the burns unit. Some other department may miss food.
Yeah,
but the burns department, we will never miss food. Yeah, tutakula nyama, tukule. Let me give you a timetable. At 6 a.m. wanatuletea uji, 4 slices of bread, na nini? Maziwa. Na mayai. Mayai 4. Hiyo ni asubuhi. Saa 6 watatuletea either kuku, samaki, mchele or whatever. These sweet foods.
These people used to
then at 4, before we go to do our exercise, they bring us porridge. Then at 6 we eat our supper. Then at 8 p.m. milk. That was a very good diet, and I couldn't afford to miss that food.
Hi, my friends.
I hate
this girl here. Alitoka mashavu.
Yani I was so fat, and my mom, I really thank my mom because Mimi, I was like asking for 7 sausages, 7 sandras, big fish. Those who are Luos know the fish I'm talking about, the biggest fish in town. And my mom like alikuwa tu analeta. Sijui mimi alikuwa anatoa wapi pesa because asipoleta mimi nitalia. You know class 5. Asipoleta nitalia. Akileta nitakula
Until when she came out of the hospital with such look,
my elder brother said,
like,
"Mom, hata mimi nataka kuchomeka niende Kenyatta," because there was some change.
Yeah.
Nilikuwa nimenona, nilikuwa naongea Kiswahili cha Mombasa, ulikuwa safi.
Everything was okay. So everyone opted for kuchomeka ndio aende Kenyatta.
So that is the hospital journey. Now let me tell you the outside journey. You know, in the hospital you are many who are burnt, and that is your department. So no one can look down on you.
Yeah.
No one can stigmatize you. No one can make shame of you. Now let us come back to this rotten world. Wow. I changed my dressing code, by the way, because of burns. Because acceptance wasn't coming. Well, acceptance wasn't coming, and I really I didn't need negative energy, because the stigmatization is real outside here. And since I didn't need that backlash of the society, I wanted to protect myself, because I didn't see this coming in my life. I started putting on pull necks.
Nguo zinafika hapa
na zinafunika hapa.
Yes. Ndio mtu asione
mkono na mtu asione huku.
Wazina hakukuwa amejikubali.
Yeah, sikukuwa nimejikubali. And that went on for quite some time. I remember during the election violence, we went back to Ushago, and I used to run, by the way. And sikutoa sweater, nilikimbia na sweater, then I fainted, because huwezi kimbia na sweater. Nilikimbia na uniform na sweater, then I fainted. Yes. So acceptance took me 9 good years. Is it 9 or 10? 10 to 9 years for me to accept. I accepted myself in 2018.
It's past 10 years.
It's past 10 years. So when I was in campus, nobody knew I had a scar, because my dressing code changed to turtlenecks from Monday to Monday.
Yeah, by the way, ukienda wardrobe yake
ni turtlenecks tu zimebaki hapo. So I saw someone at some point, I used to see people in town, they don't have one hand, ama wamechomeka uso, and I'm like, okay, they are not hiding their scars, they are just proud of it, because uso huwezi funika. Mkono yangu unaweza funika, but pia nikitembea sana naona wengine wamekatwa mkono, and I remember I was once about to be cut that hand. So I started like rethinking of what I'm doing, and I met a very beautiful soul on the streets of on the streets of social media, Stachebet, those who know her, and she posted something about albinism, burns, disability. Now watu wanakuanga na white wanakuanga
kwa kidogo hapa
sijui wanaitwa aje, but there is a name. Yes. So she posted something about that, and she said, like, these people are the beautiful humans she has ever seen. I was like, wow, this is really touching. Then we had a conversation with her. We talked. That was in November 2018. 18th November. I still remember the date. So from there, I started saying, like, I want, like, to show off I want to embrace my scars in a positive way. I want to put on those clothes that the scars have hindered me from putting them on. Like, I want to be myself. So that's when the change came. You see, it took me how many years? More than 10 years to accept my physical scars.
Unaona amevaa sleeveless.
You see, this dress is so pretty. Now I can put it on.
My friend angevaa na top ingine ndani. Hiyo turtleneck angevaa ndani na vaa hii just to hide whatever she was going through. But we thank God.
Acceptance came along the way, because I had every right to protect myself from this rotten society, because you don't know what someone will tell you about your body, about anything. So before you reach that part of acceptance, about body shaming, about discrimination, about stigmatization, protect yourself. protect yourself.
Yeah, it starts with you.
Yeah. Protect yourself, then itafika a place you will be like bold enough to stand, courageous enough
and tell them no, this is who I am.
This is who I am. Because I remember a friend of mine once told me, hiyo mkono yako inakaa vibaya, next time tukitembea na wewe ufunike. Mungu ananifundisha kunyamaza, lakini kuna venye nataka kusema ni
anataka kuongea,
lakini Mungu ananifundisha kunyamaza. Yeah, so before you reach the acceptance stage, protect yourself, because you have you before you have them. Protect yourself.
Yeah, even if it means letting them go, and you have that inner peace with you because of your scars, because of your body change color and all that. You have to let them go and remain with your personality venye ilikuwa. Yani mse asiku pin down what you didn't plan for it to happen in your life.
So this is what I like to tell someone out there. Like, you may not be having a physical scar like mine. Maybe yours could be an emotional scar, or a mental scar. It is still a scar. I won't say my scar is worse than yours, because we have different strength. Her strength isn't my strength, and we have a different way of dealing with things. We both have scars. So what you need to do is, like, in a battle there is a winner and a loser. A loser dies. Even though a winner doesn't die, the winner remains with the scars. The scar is a proof to it that you fought and won. People say time heals all wounds. I will say God heals all wounds.
Amen.
And after the wounds are healed, we remain with scars. Don't be ashamed of your scars.
No.
Don't hide them. Don't feel bad about them. Like, be proud of your scars. Like, sometimes I just go through a lot in life. Like, I just reach mwisho kabisa, but when I look at myself, I look at my beautiful scars in the mirror, I'm like, I conquered, I overcame. So these two I will overcome. You know what? You will overcome whatever situation you are going through. And let's learn how to embrace our scars. It will take time, but eventually
be very proud of the decision you made about embracing the scars. It can take a very long time. No one knows how long.
No one knows how long.
When time comes,
it will just poop. It
will happen.
Whatever seems easy for her might not seem easy for me. So we just have to journey this scar thing and acceptance thing, the journey
one step after the other,
one step at a time.
And we make it.
I hope this video will be helpful to you who is battling with any form of scar. And just know acceptance takes time. It's good to be in denial. It's good to protect yourself from the rotten society. It's good to let people go. It's good to know you have you before you hate them. So protect yourself. Like, it's a journey. Be patient with yourself. Patience pays. And to me, this journey, kama kungekuwa na patience, mimi ningekuwa nimemalizana nayo kabisa. But because I know patience pays, I took myself slowly. Don't be hard on yourself. Sawa watu wangu.
It's a learning process.
It's a learning process. So if this video was helpful to you, please comment down below.
Give it a thumbs up.
Comment down below and tell me whatever type of scar you are going through.
We talk down there.
Let's have a conversation. I love you, people. Remember to subscribe, like, share,
and comment.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Asanteni sana.
We beg to leave.
Yes.
Shall we? Bye. Atufanye bye vizuri. Bye.